Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Winter Athletics Awards ceremony here at Northeastern Clinton. For most of you, you probably know this, but the format of this ceremony is I will announce each team and the coach of that team one at a time. The coach will come down and give a quick synopsis of their season. At the end of the synopsis, we're going to announce the special award winners. Once we've gone through each team and the awards in here, the teams will then go to a designated location where you will finish the ceremony. First of all, I'd like to begin recognizing Michaela Bresnahan, Amanda Kaye, Haley Letourneau, Taylor Woods, and Leah Coulombe, who are members of the girls hockey team that was merged with Beekmantown and Shazy. This team not only competed in the sectionals, they also were named a Scholar Athlete team. The girls could come down now to receive their awards. Okay, first up we have JV girls basketball coached by Courtney Frabacco.
Congratulations to the girls JV basketball team on another superior season. This year we consisted of 2 sophomores, 4 freshmen, and 3 7th graders. Their sheer willingness to get in the gym and work to get better every day made them a joy to coach. And all of the basketball they play in the off-season surely added to our success. With only 3 returning players from last year, who were all post players, these girls had to work hard to create new chemistry both on and off the floor. Looking back from start to finish, you could see each individual player grow with confidence and improved skill. These young ladies focused on all the right things in practice and tried to improve on them every day. We started the season with some great basketball and finished with some of our best basketball. And it's at that point you wish your season wouldn't end. Finishing with an overall 19-0 record, I know these student athletes will be coming back for more, will be working even more in the off-season. I set the bar high for them and they've exceeded my expectations. I am very proud of them. Thank you.
JV girls basketball most improved player is awarded to Bethany Niles. JV girls basketball most valuable player is awarded to Chelsea Guerin. Next is girls varsity basketball coached by Coach Rob Guerin. He was not able to attend tonight, however, I do have his synopsis of the season. The girls varsity basketball team enjoyed another great season. The team completed its 2nd season being undefeated in the CVAC as well as winning back-to-back Section 7 championships. The team finished the season 13-0 in the league and an overall record of 21-2. The team won the Saranac-Muggsy tip-off tourney and the Coaches vs. Cancer games. Another great accomplishment was beating Vermont powerhouse Rice in a non-league contest. The girls maintained a strong work ethic and were determined to keep the success of our program alive. Marley Sample has improved her defensive game a great deal as well as her dribbling skills and finishing of layups. She will continue to get better, and for the above reason, Marley Sample is selected as the most improved player. We'll do that now. Abby Racine and Kaya McComb continue to put the work in to become better basketball players. They are great leaders and without question will need to be big contributors to keep our program going in the right direction. Abby and Kaya are voted this year's most valuable players. more. This year, Coach Guerin was selected as Coach of the Year. Audie Hollister was voted as CBAC Honorable Mention. Marley Sample, a third-team All-Star. Abby Racine, a first-team All-Star. And Kaya McComb, Most Valuable Player in the league. They have bright futures ahead, and with continued efforts, will be key contributors on future college teams. We would like to recognize our seniors, Sydney Hunter, Gabby Dumas, and Caitlin Halton, and wish them the best in all future endeavors. Thank you from Coach Guerin. Next, we have boys hockey coached by Scott LaFountain, Justin Sample, and Ricky Guerin.
I'd like to start by congratulating the girls varsity basketball team on another great year. Great job. So coming into this season, the coaching staff didn't know what to expect. After losing 15 players from last year's team, we knew we had our work cut out for us. This group of young men exceeded the goals and caught the eye of other teams in the league. We finished the year with a 5-4-1 league record to secure third seed going into the playoffs. The 4 losses were by a combined total of 7 goals. Our overall record was 7-9-4. With only skating 2 lines, 5 defensemen, they worked hard throughout the season and never gave up. Our seniors, Landon and Cody, will be missed. We missed as we look forward to returning 17 skaters next year. This young team now knows what to expect and what it takes to compete at the varsity level. We as coaches couldn't be happier with the effort and the improvement all of them have shown during the season. Thank you.
Boys hockey most improved player is Michael Pennington. Hockey most valuable players are awarded to Reed LaValle, Ethan Guerin, Landon Coulomb, and Lucas Bedard. Next, we have JV boys basketball, coached by Adam Cater.
First off, thank you all for coming and showing your support for winter sports at NCCS. Congratulate all teams in their success, however that may be. For boys JV basketball, we had 10, ended up with 8. We had 1 win. I'm going to backtrack that statement though, because we, as in the coach and the team had 1 win. The only win we collected was when Coach Connor was coaching and I was at college. So you can connect the dots as you wish. Needless to say though, the record does not show what the team, what we accomplished at the end of the year. From start to finish, we worked extremely hard. We had a lot of good moments. Went to UVM, Plattsburgh State game, a lot of good laughs. And my definition of success in the JV level is showing improvement from the start to the end. And every single coach that we played against this year gave us credit that we showed, and we had a lot of improvement the second time around we played them. So, boys, keep up the hard work, and I'm excited what next November brings.
JV boys basketball most improved player is awarded to Braden Manette. And JV boys basketball most valuable player is awarded to Lucas Dufsa. Next up we have the most winning JV basketball coach, and our varsity boys basketball coach, Luke Connell.
First off, I want to thank all the parents for supporting your athletes and everyone else. I also want to thank everyone for the support to our school community, other athletics. Just it's really nice to see how much support we have here. It's pretty awesome. So this season had its ups and downs. We had some great games. One of the biggest ones was going to Ticonderoga and pulling out a big win against an opponent that we might have thought we didn't have a chance against. We also reached our team goal of making it to the field house. We won our playing game, which was a big deal for us, especially moving forward. I feel like my seniors showed us where we could build to and help us get there. We're taking steps in the right direction, and hopefully we can be more successful in the future. It was a blast this year, and I really appreciate all the guys I had on the team. It was an honor. Thank you, guys.
Boys basketball most improved player is awarded to Alex Gomez. Boys basketball most valuable player is awarded to Brian Claudio. Next up, we have varsity bowling, coached by Dave Coates and Danielle Tierney Bernard. I have Tierney here. Made switch. Bernard.
Thank you everybody for coming. I'd like to extend the thank yous. Thank you to Nick Trombley, athletic director. It is a very time-consuming, very all-encompassing job. He does a fantastic job with it, and we appreciate all of his efforts. Thank you to Calvin and Hometown Cable for coming out to all the games. Calvin is everywhere. He's got 3 games a day, and he seems to manage all of them, and we appreciate the effort, and everybody enjoys seeing themselves on Hometown Cable. So thank you, Calvin. And thank you to the Booster Club for all the support that they give to these teams. A lot of the stuff is behind the scenes that people would not know that they are getting things that they really don't realize they have because of the Booster Club. So I appreciate their efforts. Bowling season this year was good. We had 2 teams that were a little bit short-handed. Our girls only had 4 out of 5. Despite that, we still beat more than half the teams in the league and had a record above 500. And the boys team, you can have 10. We had 7, so we were a little short-handed there, and it still came out on top quite a bit. We had some excellent honors here. We had 3 state qualifiers, and we also had the league's most improved bowler. And we had one of our people at state, Sabrina Fair, was the 3rd highest individual game in the entire state. So congratulations to that team. It's been an excellent season, and I wish everybody luck. Excellent season to the other teams as well, and I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Thank you very much.
Girls' most improved bowler is Liberty Bork. Girls' most valuable bowlers are Sabrina Fair and Cassidy Nixon. And the boys' most valuable bowler is Gabe Sisko. Next up is varsity cheerleading, coached by Sarah Hunter and Jessica Albright.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the girls varsity team on a successful season. It was a lot of fun this year for the first time in many years. We actually competed, cheered for both boys and girls varsity games. It was a lot of fun to do both. Very different crowds. Thank you, ladies and guys, for making it enjoyable for us this year. We had a very rough season. Started out with about 40 on the tryout list, cut to a team of 18, competed with 12 on the team, 11 actually on the floor. So unfortunately, it didn't come out as successful as people might have expected. I am beyond proud of the dedication and commitment that the girls that stuck it out gave me. I can't wait to go again with the returners. My 4 seniors, I'm going to miss you. I watched you grow up. I'm going to cry. I apologize for that. I want to thank all the other basketball coaches for giving up space in the gym, making a corner, being very supportive. Adam, you never ever questioned when I took over your area, even when I was a little loud, so thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I look forward to many more seasons.
Varsity cheerleading most improved cheerleader is Lauren Bellotti. And the varsity cheerleading most valuable cheerleader is awarded to Emily Boyer. All right, so this is one of my favorite parts of the night because we tend to perseverate on the athletic achievements of our athletes and forget that they also have to be a family member, they have to be a student, and they have a lot of hats that they wear during the day. So not only do our athletes excel on our playing fields, but they also excel in the classroom. Every season, NYSFA recognizes scholar athlete teams as any team that has a composite grade point average of over a 90. This winter season, the scholar athlete teams are girls basketball, girls bowling, cheerleading, and our girls for the girls hockey team in Beekmantown. So let's give them. And as I said, this is my favorite part because we get this space up here kind of crowded, so you get to see some of these athletes that are also great students. So I'm going to announce all of the students that were considered not part of a scholar athlete team, but scholar athletes in and of themselves. So when I say your name, please come on down for a pin. Boys basketball, Alex Gomez, Braden Racine, Ian O'Donnell, Ben Collins, Thomas Gilbo, James Malinsky, Ryan O'Donnell. Girls basketball. There's a lot, so we'll just do it at the end, okay? Audie Hollister, Sydney Hunter, Elizabeth Prairie, Abby Racine, Bryn Sample, Marley Sample. For bowling, Liberty Bork, Cassidy Nixon, Gabe Sisko, Connor Perry, Elijah Joliker, Laura Frostick. Cheer, M. Dwyer, Lauren Berlotti, Heather Shatna, Sam Disco, Juliana McIntyre, Tara Pupor, Taylor Seymour, Jaden Thierret, Amy Visconti, and Natalie Bry. For hockey, Reed LaValle, Noah Gagno, Michael Pennington, John Bolson, Tyler Gay, Owen Hollister, Kai Burns, Ty Vassar, and Ryan Johnston Jr. So as I said, our athletes wear a lot of hats. It's not just that they come here, they compete in a sport, and then they go home. So they, during the day, do a lot of things. As I said, they're a friend, they're a family member, they're an athlete, they're a student. And I have to say that as I go around the section and I watch other teams compete, I really truly believe that we have some of the best student athletes here. And it kind of is spoken by each one of the coaches as they come up here and they talk about their team, that even if they won one game, it was that they improved, or that the next time they played another team, that team said, you've gotten a lot better. This is noticed by people, and I kind of have a side story so you can understand that at all times people are watching us, and our student athletes, I'm glad that people watch you, because you guys are model athletes, you're model students. So I got this pretty good opportunity to go down to a state conference that was put on by the New York State Athletic Administrators Association. And they had some great keynote speakers. And one of the keynote speakers that I got to listen to was Dr. Greg Dale. Now, most likely that's not a household name. You have no idea who that is. However, you do know who he works with. He is the lead psychologist at Duke University. He speaks to every single athlete, he speaks to every single team and every single coach, and he tries to get them to understand the mental aspect of the game, which some of us tend to overlook. It's how we conduct ourselves. Just as an example, if you watch Duke basketball, because I'm sure some of you really like watching the upcoming tournament, if you watch any of the players, he said, I want you to notate something. If any of them ever make a mistake and they go away from the basket and they do this, and they push 2 fingers low, he said, that's what I try to get them to understand, that metaphorically you're flushing that mistake. You're getting rid of it. And you think, these guys are D1 athletes, that they don't use imagery, they don't think about things like that. And he said, yes, absolutely they do. He had another player, which I'm sure some of you would know him, but I will not use his name. When he came to play basketball, he had in his mind that he wanted to become someone else. And as he walked in there, he took off his street clothes and he put on his Duke stuff, and he thought at that point in time, I'm Superman. So it's the imagery that he has in his head and the things that he builds up there to make sure that when he steps on the court, he gives it his all. And the story that this really is stemming from is he told of a separate situation. A lot of you probably pay attention to Duke boys basketball, even though they have a lot of D1 programs there. And he talked about Coach K, which if you guys don't know who Coach K is, I'm not really sure if I can explain it to you now. Coach K is their basketball coach, and what he does during every single game is there is a camera that is at all times pointed at the Duke University bench. At all times. And at the end of the game, they watch that film. That film has absolutely nothing to do with the game, but when he watches that, he pays attention to when we make a mistake, what happens to the heads of the guys that are on the bench. He watches when someone comes off the court, how do they approach that person? Is it with happiness, or is it, I'm upset because I'm not on the court and you were playing? So he, at one point, brought this incoming freshman who was, when he was in high school, a fantastic player. But when he got to college, it's a lot different. And he realized that he couldn't get the time that he received when he was in high school. And he noticed that during the first game, when the bench camera was on him, he kept his head down, he put a towel over his head, and when someone came off the court, he did not stand up to greet them. And I'm telling you this because I don't see this from us, but we got to keep it that way. And Coach K called this player in, who became a fantastic player, by the way. And he showed him this video and he said, I want you to watch this and tell me what you think. So the kid watches it for about 10 seconds and doesn't say a word. Coach K says, I'm giving you 3 options. The first option is ask for a transfer. The second option is you'll never play another minute at Duke basketball. And the third option is change that behavior. And he changed the behavior. What we have to understand is, as you heard the coaches say tonight, our athletes are fantastic. And we want to understand that not only are we an athlete when we're on the playing field, we're an athlete when we're in the classroom, and we're an athlete when we're on the bench, and we support each other. But I see, and I'm happy to see that, and our coaches see it, and they echo what I'm saying to you. I wanted to bring that to you because that's a high-profile case. That's a D1 basketball player that probably scored 3,000 to 4,000 points when he was in high school, but when he was approached with a situation, he didn't know how to handle it. It's how people perceive it. And Coach K called him right out on it. So, what a better example to understand how we should conduct ourselves. The last award for tonight is the John J. Herbert All-Academic Award. The award is given every sports season to 2 individuals that have excelled in the classroom while being a part of an athletic team. They will receive a patch and a certificate. The recipients are Sydney Hunter and Braden Racine. At this point in time, I'm going to read the locations you will go to finish the award ceremony. Varsity bowling will go to the library, hockey will stay here in the auditorium, all basketball will go to the high school cafeteria, and cheerleading will go to the middle school cafeteria. Thank you so much for coming.